everybody, and welcome here to the Golden State Motorsports Park as we're getting set for our 8th race of the season for the PCSRA Monster Energy Series. We're capping off what has been a very exciting race weekend as we are going to see these 4 divisions here at Golden State Motorsports Park. Of course, we were going to go to Sonoma, but I decided, you know what, because of the Wreck Fest we had in the past, we decided not to go to Sonoma and come here instead to this amazing road course of Golden State Motorsports Park. It was an exciting race yesterday in the AutoZone Amateur Series, which was won by Carolina Bradley based on pit strategy. Today, these drivers are running 15 laps. Now, 15 laps may not seem like a long event, but remember, this is a 3-mile road course these drivers are going to have. And also, what we saw in our AutoZone Amateur Series race, all of these divisions are going to have to practice a standing start. So those that raced in what was then the CSR World Championship, they had their advantage over the rest of these drivers who have never run a standing start in their lives. They're about to do one here today. Red Riding Hood sits on the pole position for the first time this season. Alongside is Bridget Thomas, Bill Littlejohn in row number 2, and Mandry Campbell alongside and Anne Maria. There's where the pace car sits, because the pace car sits halfway on the back straightaway. So there you go. Here is a look at the points entering today's event. Brittany White confirmed herself to possibly lock herself a spot into the playoffs. Amanda Whitecastle has the rookie points lead over everybody else. It's 162 points to second in points, Valentina Fernandez. 165 back is Josephine Bouvier, who's third in the points, and it's Luke Knight, Mike Chilton complete the top 5. That's Amanda Whitecastle, Ari Springer, Ketzer, Amir Moez, Whitney Wolf, and Sandy Watson. Here we go. They already got the engine writing. The command's already been given. Here we go. Lights are about to come out. Here we go. And we're green. And it's a great start from everybody. Bridget Thomas got off to a good start as we're racing here at this great track. In the turn number 1, Bridget Thomas takes the lead of Red Riding Hood. Everybody is away clean as they enter turn number 2. Right now, a pair of Dodges, the 63 and 64, entering this right-hander. It's like the 64 is going to try to take the lead. Nope, 63 has the advantage in that right-hander. Here comes another right-hander. The 64 should have the line. Oh, they nearly touched. That was really close, but they keep it together. Red Riding Hood's off the course and wrecking. Diego Marquez got him, or got her, excuse me, and that will bring out a safety car. That didn't take long. Chelsea Richards got a piece of it. Red Riding Hood, a lot of damage to the Twisted Tea Machine as the pace car is now on the front straightaway. Here comes the rest of the field. As the pace car don't know who's going to lead this first lap. So again, like we saw yesterday in the AutoZone Amateur Series race, we do not complete a lap under green. Mandry Campbell, Bridget Thomas battling to see who is going to meet the pace car back to the line as the first caution of the race is out. Give it to the 64, Mandry Evans. See what happened with the 9 of Red Riding Hood. That 9 car is going to have some severe damage. And looks like 3 wide and female abuse for Diego Marquez, and swept up Henry Williams. Took all 3 cars on the wall. Williams has 4 wheels off the ground. Thankfully lands back on all 4. Prudence Littlejohn does a good job to missing this crash. For the most part, everybody did a great job. Monica Towns looks like she ran in the back of, that is Chelsea Richards, sent Chelsea Richards around. And so we are under caution for the first time here today in this race. This is a really tricky road course to navigate, these drivers are doing here today. It's like what we saw in the AutoZone Amateur Series race yesterday. You gotta have a good car and good track position. I have a good feeling that may not be our last yellow of the race. We're gonna see his pace car is off. And we are back to green flag racing. Here on lap number 4, nobody out of the race. A lot of cars damaged though. Ooh, contact there. That was Bill Littlejohn and Bridget Thomas. Zoe Perry's in the grass. That was close. They keep it together though. And here comes Bill Littlejohn. Of course, his daughter Prudence has been to victory lane this season. But Prudence is not running for the title, however. Neither is Bill Littlejohn, so they're just out there trying to go the victory lane here this season. Of course, pit strategy came into play in the AutoZone Amateur Series as Mandry Campbell's on the curb and Bo Van Gesset's going to steal the lead around the outside. We didn't see that a lot yesterday. 63 going to run a little bit wide. They're about to be 3 wide, but surprisingly, they're not 3 wide. Of course, 3 wide was not a good idea in the AutoZone Amateur Series race. And Red Riding Hood, her damage is really hurting that car.
What's up, Tiggy?
Of course, we talked to ooh, Zoe Perry bouncing off Prudence Littlejohn. That was really close there. But now we complete a green flag lap in the process. Bo Van Gesset currently leads. We talked about William Brock, who went to victory lane last week at Darlington. Bo Van Gesset has not been to victory lane this season. Neither has his teammate Andre Marinowskis or Henry Williams. It won't be the case for Henry Williams, who already has damage to his car. I mean, he could try to battle for the win, but I don't know if he's going to be up to speed to do that. Mandry Campbell in the 64 in second. Of course, we will not have a driver that will go for the sweep because we don't have a AutoZone Amateur Series driver. In fact, they would be way too young to battle for the championship. Bill Littlejohn, I believe, is older than Fitzy, which is not surprising. And guess who's behind Bill? His daughter, Prudence. Prudence Littlejohn, a former winner this season. Of course, she will be in the All-Star race. As Mandry Campbell trying roughing up Bo Van Gesset here. This is a good battle for the lead. We saw this a lot yesterday in the AutoZone Amateur Series. As Bo Van Gesset's going to lead this lap. Somebody just thought I saw somebody on pit road there for a second. I guess I was seeing things. As Prudence Littlejohn just got around her dad, Bill. That was about for third. Bridget Thomas in 6th, 7th Frida Suarez, Sydney Vortex 8th, Ari Springer 9th, Troy King's 9th, and 10th is Anne Marie, excuse me there. Got a little confused on the position there, as Mandry Campbell has taken the lead from Bo Van Gesset inside of 10 to go here in the part-time race. Of course, we'll have the Division 1 race right after this. Side by side between Bull Van Gesset and Prudence Littlejohn. Of course, Littlejohn making another start. Prudence, that is. Prudence Littlejohn runs in the Truck Series, but since the Truck Series is off, she thought she would race with her dad here in this race. We will have the Foster Series drivers back next week at Coca-Cola. As Mandry Campbell currently leads. We'll be at the halfway point around the backside of the course. There's Prudence, who's second. Bill Littlejohn in a contest with Bull Van Gesset for the third position. Fifth is Bridget Thomas. So as I look at the playoff standings, Brittany White, not only the points leader, but also the fact that she has been to victory lane 3 times this season. She would have the #1 seed over a tie for second between Valentina Fernandez and Mike Chilton, 2-time winners this season. They'd be second and third. Other one-time winners this season that would make the playoffs would be Josephine Bouvier. That would be 4. 5th, Ari Springer. 6th, Whitney Wolf. 7th, Brianna Knight. 8th, Ben Erickson, who won last week's race. Bridget Thomas would be 9. 10 is Makoto Tanaka. Samantha Maple, 11th. 12th is Nina Cambridge. 13th is Ivory Walker, who, by the way, comes in that race tied for 49th in points. So the 3 drivers that would get in on points would be Luke Knight, Amber Whitecastle, and Katsuro Amirmoez. Drivers who have a win but outside the top 60. Samantha Greenville. Kelly Moore, who had a pretty bad run last week at Sonoma. June Einstein and also Jazz Sugartown. William Brock also has a win, same with Prudence Littlejohn, but neither of them are running the full schedule. Littlejohn, Prudence that is running in the Truck Series, and you'll see her and the other charter drivers, the other 36 charter drivers, next week at Coca-Cola. So all Prudence is doing is trying to find as many trips to victory lane as possible. Mandry Campbell. I'm trying to see where she's at in points. 3, oh wait, that's not it. 7:14. Mandry Campbell comes this race 44th in the points. A win for Mandry Campbell, and she would be locked into the playoffs. I know we will have more than 16 winners, as we're already past the halfway point of this race. Lap 8 of 15. We're going to have 7 laps of racing to go here at this track. As my charger fell down, and I have to pick it up. Mandry Campbell being hunted down by the Littlejohns. Prudence Littlejohn, her father Bill, right behind her. Bull Van Gesset, and a battle here between Sydney Vortex and Bridget Thomas. Red Riding Hood is not having a good run. Of course, she's 20 seconds back, so the damage looks like it's affected her. It's also affected the 039 Diego Marquez. I don't think it affected Chelsea Richards or Monica Towns. Of course, we will see Monica Towns next week. We'll see Monica Towns next week. in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. Abigail Furling will be in that Holden, be starting next week. I was trying to do that last week, but Wi-Fi decided to say otherwise and wouldn't let me do it. So yeah, but I'm gonna do it this weekend. Trust me, or when I get the Wi-Fi issue addressed. But I will get onto it eventually, and I probably know which vehicle I want. Probably a little car wouldn't hurt.
Okay, you're either gonna have to, because all they giving you is $5,000. You're gonna have to pay that back because your
That's fine.
down isn't that much.
That's fine.
So nothing over $5,000,
I'll try to get it under $5 grand.
or you're gonna be making car payments.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have Grandma help me with that. Anyway, we're talking about my car situation. Wish I had enough money for spend down. Marjorie Campbell currently still leads. Prudence trying to hold off her dad, battling for second. Of course, Bill Littlejohn sharing that ride with Heather Galloway. I'll have to call Grandma as I'm... By the time you're watching this, it should be done. But I need to talk to my grandma about that. So, yeah. I'll need to talk to my grandma sometime this week. Sydney Vortex having a solid run. Actually, we'll see Bella Santiago in this ride starting next week. Of course, Bill Littlejohn running a part-time schedule. As he is the oldest driver in the field by quite a while. The next oldest is Zachary Fitzwater. Looks like Monica Towns, looks like the damage to her car is really affecting her. Same with Henry Williams. Of course, Henry Williams hit that wall pretty darn good. That, or I will need to get a hold of somebody. So, we'll see what happens. Wish Tequila would fix the damn Wi-Fi. Everybody can make it 15 laps on a tank of fuel. Of course, these are the Cup Visit cars. They can go 30 laps, so I don't think we're going to need pit stops in this race. Thought I'd get this race recording out of the way.
Stainless
Coming up to 3 laps of racing to go.
Daniel, you got any pliers? No vice grips?
No.
No.
There's Zoe Perry, who's having a good run in our limited starts this season. Zoe Perry, a Diva Series driver, 21 years old. Zoe Perry has raced a Cup car before, so that made a little bit of sense. Zoe Perry will be trying to make a couple of trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings Series starts sometime in the year. And she'll probably run some of the Truck Series races. She will attempt next week's race at Coca-Cola in the Truck Series. I don't know if she'll be attempting the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. I think she is. I'll have to get it. Yep, she is. She just told me before the race she is. Of course, this event is only Monster Energy drivers only. And also a few Buffalo Wild Wings Series drivers that are not the Foster Series. So there's no Foster Series drivers in this race. Just a FYI. Tell you what, Bruins Littlejohn hounding that 64. And if those two make a stake, Bruins' dad, Bill, might have something to say about that. Of course, Bruins Littlejohn sharing that 810 with fellow California driver Jackie Tank, who, by the way, gave the command to start the race here for this race, this first race of 4. Here comes Prudence Littlejohn, trying to get around the 64, and looks like she's going to succeed. Or is she? Looks like she has cleared of the 64, sorry. Excuse me there. We're at 2 to go, by the way, in this race. Mandry Campbell trying to get her first career win. Prudence Littlejohn trying to get her second win of the season. Even though she is not inside the top 60 in points, it's not going to matter because she's not running the full schedule. Of course, she is a Truck Series driver. Just keep that in mind. But seeing her dad on the podium would be a great effort. Of course, Bill Littlejohn going to hand the driving duties over. Abigail Furling will race at Coca-Cola next week in that 015 Honda Accord. Abigail's only running a limited schedule this season. She's only going to run that Honda. Of course, we'll have a new driver, by the way, in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series next week at Coca-Cola. White flag for Prudence Littlejohn. Will she be the leader coming back to the line? We'll have to wait and see. The 64 who was the hunted is now the hunter. Vice versa for Prudence. Of course, Prudence driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, a team she had success with, as here comes Campbell trying to set up a run to get around the One Main Financial Toyota. Because remember, Prudence Littlejohn will be in that ride once Jackie Tang is done with races. Of course, Littlejohn, I believe she's going to be in this car next week at Coca-Cola. Yep, she will be in that car next week at Coca-Cola because Jackie Tang is going to be in the Foster Series driving for Joe Gibbs Racing. Last week, William Brock got Mazda their first win of the season. Even though he is a Foster Series driver, we're about to have a Truck Series driver go to victory lane for the second time this season. And here she comes. Couple of final corners to go. Couple of right-handers left. Prudence Littlejohn made the pass on Mandry Campbell with a couple of laps to go. Prudence Littlejohn rounds the final corner, and she will get her second win of the season, winning the part-time race at Golden State. Impressive win for Prudence Littlejohn. Her dad's on the podium in third, so a 1-3 finish for the Littlejohns from Washington. And now we will have to wait for a couple of stragglers, like Red Riding Hood has yet to cross the start-finish line. That's who we're waiting on, is Red Riding Hood. That way the standings can now be official. And now it's official. Prudence Littlejohn, second win of the season. She is not going to solidify herself a spot in the playoffs because she's not a full-time driver. Keep that in mind. Mandry Campbell's so close, but will win Rookie of the Race. Prudence's dad, Bill, will finish third. Bull Van Gesset fourth. Sydney Vortex fifth. Then it's Bridget Thomas. Will need a run for Bridget, by the way, who had a dismal run last week at Darlington. Ari Springer, Troy King, Frida Suarez, and Audra Baranowskis. All the way down to 20th, everybody finished the race. Nobody finished a lap down or out of the race after one caution here in the event. I'm going to make sure I save the... I did, okay. And like I said, there is no there's no victory lane celebration, which is fine by me. So you can check down the description for the timestamps of these races. Sorry about my house manager.
Some vice screws, man.
All right, there we go. So after Prudence Littlejohn's part-time win, we're now set for the Division I race. As the sheriff is in town, Phil Hooper is on the pole position. If Phil Hooper goes to victory lane, we'll see where this is going to situate him in terms of the playoff grid. Actually comes into that race in that critical sixth. He is 60th in points. He is a total of 20 points back of 50th in the standings if you were to go to victory lane. Katsura Mirmoz alongside. Nick Batson and Crystal Fontaine rode 2. Here is the rest of your starting grid. Darby King, who had a good run last week. Nina Cambridge, who had a top 5 run yesterday in the AutoZone Amateur Series. June Einstein really needs to get her season turned around. Same with Samantha Maple, who's in danger of losing her playoff spot. Ivory Walker needs to continue her consistency. Lindsay Sutton and Paulette Burrows complete your field. All right, here we go. As the 5 lights have come on, when they go out, the green will be out, and we'll get Division I underway. Waiting for the flagman. Green flag. Lights sound, away we go here at Golden State for Division I. Good start for the pole sitter. As Phil Hooper gets off the line first, I won't be surprised if we'll get a yellow to complete the first lap. Oh, God, they're 3 wide in the back. Yikes. This is not going to end well. Phil Hooper was leading for a second, ran off the course a bit. That will put Katsuro Mirmoes in the lead. Of course, he's one of the drivers that's on the bubble of trying to make the playoffs in that 44. Fontaine in second, Jacob Tutu in third, fourth Nick Batson, Marion Jamestown in fifth. Pace cars made it to pit road without further issue. Samantha Greenville needs a good run, and qualifying in the back was not part of her plan. Nearly 4. Ooh, Grenville got on the curb. Annie Einstein's got an issue. Oh, no. This will be a safety car for sure. And she stopped. No safety car. And she has teleported to pit road. Safety car deployed. Begrack, Tony Lopez, Samantha Greenville. That's one of the drivers who did not need a bad result. Lindsay Sutton's involved. Well, this is a big break for Annie Einstein. See what happened here. Oh, it's the Greenville's upside down. Who did she? And she got female abuse by... Who was that? Oh, Chamberlain got a piece of that one. That was Tony Lopez, and... There's how the 38 got involved. Man, that 33 took a wild ride. There's Lindsay Sutton spinning. Chamberlain in the grass. So, well, Annie Einstein needed a safety car. Well, she got one. And Samantha Greenville, this is not what she needs, as her day is going to come to an early end as that stupid fly's in my face. That fly's about to get smacked. If it doesn't stop bugging me.
Here.
Dumb fly.
I'm looking to you.
It's annoying as hell. Has the 29... Yep, 29's back out on track. Lights already out on the pace car. We're going to go back to green flag racing this time by. Chamberlain and Annie Einstein have caught up to the field. Gonna get these drivers back onto the first straightaway. As Katsuro Mirmo is currently still your leader. Alright, here we go. And Samantha Greenville has taken her car back behind the wall, so... And Greenville, as I mentioned, former winner this season, 68th in the points. That's not going to help getting herself back into the top 60 in the standings. Green flag back in the air. Good restart by Fontaine. Crystal Fontaine goes to victory lane. Where's she in points? Fontaine. Fontaine actually so far deep in the point standings. And she needs to start having some good races soon. Not sure what the mechanical problem was on Annie Einstein. The crew got her back, got it repaired back out, and still on the lead lap to my surprise. So that's good. Don't know what the issue was. Oh, Moss is in the tire wall. No caution. So he got hooked by Ben Tennyson. It's like he ran a little wide. Tennyson didn't realize that. Could have given him enough room and hard into the tire wall. I can't believe the 32 got a little bit of damage. Not too much. But But that didn't bring out a full course caution to my surprise. But since I was off the track, no harm, no foul. They'll just get a crane and get that car out of harm's way. That is a tough break, however, for Pablo Massa, the Brazilian. And we're still green flag racing. So Massa will be the second driver out of the race. They will. Caution! Looks like Paulette Burrows would be the reason for the yellow. And looks like she spun. Looks like she got turned by Annie McGinnis. Courtesy of a side swipe by Tico Jumiaka. And that's what spun the Diet Coke Chevrolet around. I was going to get ready to say they were going to send the golf cart over to pick up Pablo Massa and take him to the infield care center, which they have already done. And they already got a tow truck, so they've already towed the 39 away. Or I'm sorry, the 42, excuse me. So Pablo Massa's day is done as he's on the golf cart taking a trip to the infield care center. And we're already going back to green, just like that. A couple of pace laps. Boy, everybody's had troubles with that. Trying to get a long green flag run going. Of course, we didn't have that issue in the part-time race. Yep, Palomas is out of the race, as he has already made his way back to the paddock. And now they'll take him to the care center so he can get checked out. That's going to hurt him in points, as Fontaine has the lead as we are back to green. Already at the halfway point of this race, lap 7 of 15. Here comes Marianne Jamestown in the 31 as I hit the wrong driver. There she is. Marianne Jamestown goes to victory lane. I believe she would be another driver that's trying to make it in the top 60 in the points. Or top 50, excuse me. She's 136th in points, so that's going to be a stretch for that 31 bunch out of Nathan Orman Motorsports. Once they pass the bridge on lap 8, we'll be past the halfway point in race number 2 of the day. And we'll be halfway through the event once this division race is over. Reason I want to get this done, for those of you that are wondering, is because with my schedule being 7:30 tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, I just want to get this race done so I don't have to mess with it later tomorrow, because I'm going to be having a longer day tomorrow. Jamestown leads. We talked about BMW have not been to victory lane this season. Well, Jacob Tutu is currently one of many drivers who are on a long winless drought.
He just said, watch out, and then you just come and stand right in the way.
I'm sorry.
You're a gentleman. What's wrong with that lady?
Okay. What about that cable home?
Everything is good.
It's Marianne Jamestown still leads. Jacob Tutu.
I don't know why.
Last win for Jacob.
Michelle's husband came along with some vice grips.
I'm trying to figure out when Jacob has not been to victory lane in a long time. Last win for Jacob, 2012. He's not been to victory lane in 11 years. So Jacob has not been to victory lane, trying to get to victory lane for the first time this season for Australian Motorsports, a team owned by Lauren Ekstrom.
All right. We'll see you at the key up. You already know goodbye.
All right, then, Jim.
Ooh, Jamestown ran it wide. Jacob Tutu trying to take advantage. And he just doesn't have the preferred line, or does he? It's going to be a drag race. Any of these two make a mistake, that's going to allow Nick Batson and that 05 Lakoya to have something to say about this. Lakoya has also yet to go to victory lane this season. Jacob Tutu has taken the race lead. The full throttle energy BMW out of Australian Motorsports now in the lead of the race. Battle for second heating up between Nick Batson and Marianne Jamestown. The more these two go side by side, the more that's going to let Jacob Tutu to scoot away. Jacob has not won since he won a super speedway race. That's the last time he's been the victory lane in this series. Jacob Tutu comes into this race, if I can find him in points. $131st in points. He is so far down to 50th in the standings. He needs to, if he wins today, he needs to start building some consistency in the next couple of weeks if he wants to have a shot at making the playoffs. Because he is off to a miserable start. He's been outpaced by Betty Barrett, Lauren Ekstrom, and Ebony Amirmoez. Of course, Ebony Amirmoez is driving the 041. As Jamestown and Katsura Amirmoez having a little paint rub between the two of them. Lauren Ekstrom said Jacob Tutu really needs to pick up the pace if he wants to stay with this team next season. So far, it's looking pretty good. I don't know why Jacob has not been on the pace with his teammates. Excuse me. That was a belch. Of course, the last person that does not want to see Jacob Tutu winning this race would be Elijah Gordon. For those of you asking why I say that, Elijah Gordon and Jacob Tutu have a history between one another. If you don't remember back in 2016 when Jacob Tutu LePaged Elijah Gordon and caused a massive accident in this series back in 2016. No wonder why Elijah's favorite driver is now leading. Of course, we saw Betty Barrett snap her winless drought last season at the Brickyard. Jacob Tutu trying to snap his winless drought. Timmy Turner already snapped his winless drought last year. Of course, Turner is yet to go to victory lane this season. June 9th, I snapped her winless drought. I'm seeing a lot of veterans who haven't won in a long time just snapping their winless droughts. And we know Jacob can win races. It's just he hasn't had the confidence to do that. Maybe this season with the BMW squad, he can turn that fortune around. Of course, his sister Emma was ejected from her Buffalo Wild Wings Series ride and got replaced by rookie Lucky Prescott, who we will see her as well as everybody else next week at Coca-Cola. He also has more experience than his brother Noah. Of course, Noah Tutu has yet to go to victory lane this season, and he's driving for Hendrick Motorsports. We understand the 35, that is Leela Bakai. She has taken her car back behind the wall with an engine failure. So a tough break for Leela Bakai. That just sums up her season in a nutshell. Of course, Jacob is one of 2 Canadians on the BMW squad, the other being Betty Barrett. Of course, you will see Betty Barrett and Lauren Ekstrom in the last race, as well as Ebonia Mirmolez. And right now, Lauren Ekstrom is a nervous wreck right now. A nervous wreck. And if anybody can turn their season around, it would be Jacob Tutu. Of course, he is from Montreal, Quebec. Betty Barrett's from Moose Jaw Heights, Saskatchewan. Or I think it's Skatoon, or you know what it means. Like in the Midwest part of Canada. So we have 3 to go. I think the last one for BMW, I believe, was the 73 last season. Yeah, 73 car got BMW their last win in this series. Before that, Christopher Pierce went to victory lane in 2016, driving the 13 BMW. But Christopher Pierce was not high enough in points to make it into the playoffs. And of course, you know, BMW, now a 4-car team. Trying to get one of their cars to victory lane for the first time this season. Ooh, Katsuro got loose coming off that right-hander of 12. We have 2 laps of racing to go. And another driver who I think needed Jacob to pick up the pace would be Lauren Ekstrom's good friend Cody Smart. Of course, Cody has told Jacob as well he really needs to start picking up the pace if he wants to stay with his team. Well, so far so good. Whatever was said in the shop at Australian Motorsports, it seems to be working wonderful. Because Jacob Tutu is actually the 5th quickest car on the track. Behind him is the 3rd quickest car, because Phil Hooper ran the fastest lap at a 37.4. Jacob Tutu has got to hit his mark. Of course, remember, Ben Erickson snapped his winless drought in a Ford Mustang and got World NOS Racing their 4th win of the season. Jacob Tutu, see how many wins Jacob has had. Jacob's been racing a long time. Of course, he is a former champion, but not in the PCSRA. He's like a rallycross champion back in 2008. Jacob has not won a championship since. White flag for the Full Throttle BMW M5. Jacob's got to survive one more lap and hold off a hard-charging Nick Batson, who is actually the defending winner when we go to Autodrome Chaudière. Jacob's got to hit his marks. Jacob Tutu, Mr. Where Did He Come From? I gave him the nickname because he comes out of nowhere and surprises a lot of people. So far this early part of the season, he hasn't surprised a lot of people. And if he can hold off Nick Batson, it would be Jacob Tutu's first win in 11 years. It would be BMW's first win of the season. Like Full Frontal Motorsports, this is the only BMW team. Of course, Full Frontal is the only Mazda team we have. This is the only BMW team we have. Jacob Tutu has done a good job holding off Nick Batson. If he can get off these last two corners good, he's home free. And looks like he's going to do it. For the first time in 11 years, Mr. Jacob Tutu, Mr. Where Did He Come From, rounds the final corner, and he will get his first win of the season here at Golden State Motorsports Park. And for team owner Lauren Ekstrom, mission accomplished. And for the first time this season, BMW goes to victory lane. Now the question for Jacob Tutu is, can he start getting good, consistent runs to possibly lock himself a spot into this season's chase for the championship? Whatever Lauren Ekstrom said to Jacob Tutu worked. And Jacob really needed to turn what has been a dismal season around, or dismal start to the year around. Came in this race 131st in points. He's already going to start moving his way through the standings. Now Jacob needs to start building some confidence if he wants to be in this chase. As we're going to go ahead and export the results here. But Jacob Tutu, like we talked about with June Einstein, who snapped her long losing drought. For Jacob, career win number 49. One away from hitting the big 5-0. Nick Batson, so close, but a great result for him in second. Crystal Fontaine in third. Well-needed run for Fontaine. Marion Jamestown fourth. Phil Hooper fifth. Katsuro Mirwa's great run for him in sixth. Jake Putnam seventh. Dora Marquez, Quincy Einstein. Darby King gets another top 10. So I guess Nathan Orman told Darby King to start picking up the pace, and so far the last 2 weeks she has listened to her team owner, so that will please the Army really well. And she beat Noah Tutu, so definitely a well-needed run for Noah Tutu. Nina Cambridge, well-needed run from her in 15th. Hattie Swore 17th. Ivory Walker 20th after a good, okay run. June Einstein 23rd. We'll see where that's going to situate her in that as you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. Annie Einstein's mechanical problem never recovered. 35th for her. That's going to be an ouch. 39 finished on the lead lap. Lindsay Sutton, the last of them. Lindsay had a pretty eventful day. Nobody finished a lap down, and 3 cars finished out of the race. Lila Bakai, Pablo Massa, and Samantha Greenville. Go ahead, get into the division races, as I did save the results. I want to just make sure I did. I should. I probably already did export that. Yes, I did. Okay. So now Jacob Tutu has put his name into the conversation of possibly locking himself a spot into this season's chase for the championship, providing he gets in the top 50 in points. So, and this is like the same thing we saw last week, where we had a driver who has Hannah Blue Jays on the pole for this one. Give me 1 second, I'll be back in a sec. So this is, as I was saying, this is almost a repeat of last week, where we had a driver who is not battling for the championship, and 3 other drivers might have just locked themselves a spot in the playoffs. And we're going to have cloudy, really going to shake things up for this one. I'm going to put it at 5:05 so I can go over the grid for y'all. Hannah Blue Jay starts on the pole position. Alongside of her is Erica Douglas. 2 drivers, a win for them. They could be in the conversation of making the playoffs. In particular, Douglas, who comes in this race 19th in the points. Samuel Fisher and Jazz Sugartown Road 2. Here is the rest of the starting lineup. I forgot to put, that's actually Max Lipson in that 98, not Kate Anderson. I forgot to change the name. I do apologize for that. There's Lisa Simpson. I finally got the name changed back on her car, so I apologize to Lisa. Of course, I did fix the results. Caitlin Roy, going to be in that 90 car. Any driver inside the top 60 or top 50 in points, a win for them, and they're locked into the playoffs. Chloe Carmichael or Alonso Carrera, and the points leader starts last. So after winning the pole the last couple of weeks, Brittany White now starts caboose on the field, and she could get caught up in somebody else's mess. Here we go. 5 lights are on. When they go off, we're going to go green now. Lights out, away we go. It's a great start from the leaders. Here goes Erica Douglas, going to take the lead. And Douglas is going to lead in the turn number 1. Blue Jay's going to fall back. That was a nice start there from Erica. Second is Jazz Sugartown. Oh, somebody's off in the grass. That was Lisa Simpson in the 85. She kept it going. We're still green flag. Boy, these drivers are argy-bargy right here in the early going of this one. Oh, we got to spin the back. Amber Downey couldn't get going. 69's off. Chet Collingwood. Hannah Smith, that's Chloe Bumgarner. And is that the 84? No yellow. Okay, now it's back. Sorry about that. And Toby screaming, that's good. Trying to figure out, whoa, did she blow up? Because I didn't see it. Go on board and we'll check and see if there's a caution. I may just stop it here. Let's listen here. Yep, had a mechanical problem. So now we know why that pack got split. Ooh, 75 nearly went off the course. All right, let's see what happened here to the 87 and company. There's the 85 going off the course. They didn't throw the yellow. Oh, there it is. There it is, 69. Soraya Itmet, Chloe Bumgarner, and the 76 took all three of them off the course. Man, they were like 4 wide, so that would explain why those 4 went off the course. So both Lincolns are involved. Well, that's a dismal start for that team. Didn't bring out a full course yellow to my surprise. I don't know how on earth that was not a yellow. Gwen Tennyson, the only Lincoln not involved in that little argy-bargy. So the yellow did not come out. We're still green flag racing. Has the 93 left pit lane. No is the answer. Neither has the 87. Here comes Amanda, Scoutmaster for the lead of the race. Apologize for technical difficulties. That's the first time this weekend we've had 3 cars make contact together and take another driver off the course. Good grief. Scoutmaster leads over Erica Douglas. 3 cars have not left pit lane. The 93 did not take the start. So they could be a lap down or more. The 93 might be pushed back behind the wall. I don't know. Those 3 cars need to get off pit lane quick or they're going to be trapped a lap down. Chloe Bumgarner, her race is pretty much ruined. 87, 69 were stuck in the gravel track, couldn't get out. Now all 3 of them have lost a lap in as a result. Soraya's still sitting on pit road. Bet they had to get a tow truck to tow them back to the pit lane, so that's going to lose them some time. Erica Douglas has retaken the lead. She did the crisscross on the 67. Thought I saw somebody off the course in the back. Chloe Erickson's got some rear end damage. Where did that come from? Unless she was collected in another incident I was not aware of. I was not aware of what happened to Erickson. Oh, here it is. I went too far. And let's see. Let's go to TV2 because I can't get a good camera angle. Oh, here we go. Here's a good camera angle. Oh, she got turned by the 71 of Sarah Redmond and the 46. And the 66 goes off the course. 47 gets Chloe Carmichael. Well, that's not going to please Timmy Turner at all. Right in front of the points leader. So that would explain why Sarah Redmond's all the way at the back. That would explain why Erickson, Chloe that is, has damage to the back of her machine. But the points leader involved, 69 has left pit lane. And we're still green, surprisingly. Chet Collingwood still on pit road. Soraya Itmed has left pit road. So she has continued on. Question is the 93... Okay, 87's left pit lane, so the 93 is yet to leave pit lane. So the first time this weekend, we've had 3 cars go a lap down. But to my surprise, we're not under the caution. Which is surprising. As Scoutmaster just got around Erica Douglas. Douglas made a mistake somewhere. The only car that's still stuck on pit road is Amber Downey. I think her day might be done. Oh, nope, never mind. As she's now finally gotten a pit stop. So she will rejoin the race, although she'll be a few laps down doing so after the tow. Probably cut a tire and shredded some debris. That's why she teleported to pit road, and she needs to get off pit road really soon. Or is she out of the race? Yep, she's out of the race. It damaged the suspension. They were changing tires. They saw something that they didn't like. They had pushed the car back behind the wall. So Erica Douglas, the first car out of the race due to a suspension failure. She has climbed out of the car, and she's probably a little frustrated. Tough break for that 93 out of BK Racing. Not the result they were hoping for here today, as we're going to have 10 to go next time by when we cross the line. Surprisingly, Chloe Bumgarner has not been lapped, but this course is so long. So that's a bit of a shame if you ask me. That was me. Coming up to 10 laps of racing to go. Sorry about the whistling. Jazz Sugartown, this is a well-needed run for that 81 bunch, that Audi. Former winner of this season. Probably I'm not going to eat dinner because I really don't feel like eating dinner tonight. And caution's out for the first time today. Lisa Simpson, Abby Goodman would be the reason for this yellow. Oh, Samuel Fisher got a piece of whatever this incident was. Let's see what happened. First of all, let's see. It's like Samuel Fisher saved it. After contact with him and Manny Rivera, they both go off in the gravel, but saved it. Oh, but then Rivera hits the 16. Oh, 72 got a piece. Well, this would explain why Lisa Simpson was involved. And nowhere for Abby Goodman in the 58 to go. And she is smoking. That car is done. Last person to want to see that yellow was Amanda Scoutmaster.
Could have had a V8. Could have, should have, would have had a V8.
Emmy Lipson's out of the race for some reason.
Who's out of the race?
That's a tough break for that 92. Let me see if I can find out. She must have ran the back of somebody. Oh, yep, there it is. Ran the back of Betty Johnson. Prima Rossi ran the back of the Kickstart Blood Orange Subaru. Yeah, it was a stack up. Kevin Joseph. So Betty Johnson's got some rear end damage on her machine. Trying to get. Boy, that Subaru team has not been off to a good start this season. Back to green. Out of the race after that is Lisa Simpson and Abby Goodman. They are now out of the race. They will also be joined by Chloe Bumgarner, Prima Rossi, and Emmy Lipson now out of the race as well, as we're back to green. And they join Amber Downey, who have already taken her car back behind the wall. So a bad day for Amber Downey got worse. Lisa Simpson got involved in an incident she shouldn't be involved. Chloe Carmichael, an innocent victim.
That's good.
92 and 94, I don't think we're paying any attention of slowing down. Race control, we'll have a look at that incident under the yellow, that stack up. That is a tough break, however, for those drivers involved. And we're past the halfway point of this race. With one more race left to go in this.
That's what I'm drinking.
Cool. I'll eat something in a little bit. If not, I'm probably full from that damn pizza. So
There's plenty.
I know there's plenty. Anyway, Amanda Scoutmaster trying to get Dodge to victory lane for the first time this season. Of course, Scoutmaster, I believe she's running in Buffalo Wild Wings. There's Holly Wilkins in second. Jazz Sugartown, well-needed run from her. Somebody just got loosey-goosey. That would be Hannah Blue Jay, but she saved it. Amanda Scoutmaster, I don't believe she's ever won a race in this series, but I could be wrong. Sandy Stewart's got no front, no hood on her Earl's Rib Palace Hyundai, and same with Leo Einstein. I wonder if that was because of the fact they ran the back of some people under the yellow, is why those drivers came to pit road. Sandy Stewart has, oh, contact between her and the 76. Good grief. Brianna Knight has had an awful weekend. Brianna Knight Motorsports, that is. Sierra Harris has some rear end damage to the back of her Lon John Silver's Ford. Same with Brooklyn Carter in the 50. And Sarai Itzmed is not happy with the 50 for some reason. Not sure what that was really all about. Ooh, Betty Johnson ran that corner wide. Gonna allow Brooklyn Carter to catch up. Betty Johnson has had anything less than a stellar season. Oh, Brittany White has some rear end damage on the back of her Sprint PCS Chevrolet. And that's good news for the gal that's trying to run her down for the points lead. That would be Valentina Fernandez, because if Fernandez has a good run and leads the most laps, then Fernandez could retake the points lead heading into next week at Coca-Cola. Emily Hong has some front and rear end damage on her Toyota. Has front end damage on her Toyota. Probably had something to do with that stack up we had. Here comes Holly Wilkins. Holly Wilkins, 76th in the points. She's another driver. A win for her could possibly put her in the playoff conversation. Trying to get Smart Motorsports their first win of the season, or excuse me, second win of the season. Manny Rivera's got to also have a hood buckle on his Los Angeles Dodgers Snapple Chevy. And the three drivers that caused that three wide situation, the 69, I'm trying to think who else, 69, 80, 69, 87, and there was another driver I missed. Those drivers have been asked to see the officials in the big green, in the big black and green truck when this is over. As my laptop got moved for some reason. Sorry about that. Need to move the puzzle out of the way. That would be helpful so my laptop doesn't go flying. Scoutmaster now in second. Back up front with your leader, Holly Wilkins. Holly Wilkins trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season. Of course, Cody Smart went to victory lane, the 095. That's Max Lipson, not Kate Anderson. Kate Anderson's not racing this weekend. Kenneth Ayers is dropped back. Got some problems with his machine. Chloe Erickson, after her brother went to victory lane last week at Darlington, not the run she would have liked. Leo Einstein, a dismal run for him. I think the only driver who had a good race weekend was Quincy Einstein. He actually had a clean race. Caitlin Roy's also got some rear end damage on her EY wheel bearing Chevy. Soraya Ithmed, more than likely going to get a fine for that 3 wide incident on the first lap, which was really ridiculous. I mean, why are we going 3 wide on the first lap of the race? I mean, come on, y'all. Way too aggressive, way too early, if you ask me. As we have 4 laps of racing to go. And you see the 80 and the... Bet there's going to be a good conversation from the Brianna Night camp after this one. Because also the 59 was also asked to see the officials. Not only that, that was your teammate you just took. And the 59's had a rough day. So it's been a rough day so far. But also Hannah Smith in the 76, I don't know if I mentioned this, she has also been asked to see the officials for that little 3-wide collision. Because the 69 was not happy on the radio. So that's going to be an interesting meeting in the Lincoln camp after this one. As we're going to have 3 laps to go for Holly Wilkins. Should the caution come out at any point in this event, the race will end under the yellow. Then we'll have our last race of the day and then get you ready for next weekend's events. We will preview at Coca-Cola. We'll have our non-charter race for trucks and for Buffalo Wild Wings Series at Coca-Cola next week as we look up our Wendy's race menu. Try the new Strawberry Frosty for a limited time in the summertime at Wendy's. So next week we'll have our non-charter races for trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings. Then we will have our 8th race for Buffalo Wild Wings Series, our 6th race for trucks, and our 9th race for the Monster Energy Series.
Where she go? She here?
Who?
Tequila.
I don't know and I don't care. Exactly my point. Holly Wilkins currently still the leader. First time we've had cloudy conditions here today. I'm ready to go watch TV after this race is over. Bet Betty Johnson probably not going to be a happy camper for the driver who ran into the back of her. Brittany White's not going to be happy with somebody who ran into her. Or who took her out, which would be the 71. So we're going to already have tempers flaring. As we have 2 laps of racing to go. Holly Wilkins currently the leader. Something funny is that Andre's wearing the Toon Squad, and this week's SMF is Space Jam 2. How ironic is that? How much are you making at your job, Andre?
Huh?
How much are you making at your job?
Depends on what I do.
Cool. Probably making a good deal of money like me, so. Coming to the white flag next time by, Holly Wilkins trying to get the second win of the season for Smart Motorsports. And with Holly Wilkins coming into this race, let me find out where she is in points actually. 625. She comes in this race 76th in points. And with drivers ahead of her in points who have had trouble today, she could probably get right near 50th in the standings. White flag in the air for the 95. One more time around Golden State here in this next to last race. Excuse me.
You still got your eyes given her?
I don't know how in the world the 45 all damaged up is still in 16th. That's what I can't figure out. 34 on the lead lap with the 72, which we still don't know what's wrong with the 72. 36 in the race, 6 drivers out of the race. Boy, it's been somewhat eventful today, but in the way of the 95 crew of Holly Wilkins. Like I mentioned with Jacob Tutu in the last race before this one, Jacob Tutu needed a good run. Holly Wilkins on the same case. Holly Wilkins trying to make the playoffs. Here comes Holly Wilkins around the last few corners. Don't think the 67 is going to catch him. Even if the yellow is out, we race back to the checkers no matter what because the white flag was already out. Coming off the penultimate corner, and Cody Smart is going to be happy again for the second week in a row. Off the final corner, and Holly Wilkins, first win of the season, second win of the season for Smart Motorsports, as she will take the third race of 4 here today. And the question is, did Holly Wilkins lock herself a spot into this season's Monster Energy Series chase for the championship? Standings are not official because the 72 has to cross the line. I believe everybody else has crossed the line. And standings are now official. Holly Wilkins, the winner. Amanda Scoutmaster, second. Truman X. Where did Truman X come from in third? Max Lipson in fourth. Ignored, says Kate Anderson, but good run for Max in fourth. William Johnson, fifth. Emily Elizabeth, sixth. Erica Douglas, seventh. Hannah Blue Jay, Sally Foster, and Isabel Colombo in 10th. Haven't talked much about Colombo all day. She had a quiet run. Mike Chilton finished in 15th. He was 5th in the points coming in this race. We'll see where this is going to situate him in the standings. 20th for Brittany White. That's good news for the gals that are trying to run her down for the points leader, Fernandez and Bouvier. She'll look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. As I said, 34 finished on the lead lap with Kenneth Ayers, last car on the lead lap. Collingwood and Itzmed got involved in an early incident, never recovered, finished 35th and 36th off the lead lap. And as I said, 6 drivers out of the race here today. So we'll see what's going to happen to Fernandez as we get ready for the final race of the day here at Golden State Motorsports Park. Oh. And like I said, no victory lane, which is good for me because I don't have to deal with that victory lane bullshit. All right, this is it. Last race of the day. This has been a very good race we've had. Shut up, official. I was talking, not you, a derping hyena. Maybe you need to turn the crowd down. And guess who on the pole? That would be Lord Ekstrom. Another pole for Ekstrom. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up and get it down to 5 seconds so we have the command. Okay, 3 seconds would be better. So, Ekstrom on pole. London Jackson. Second in points, Valentina Fernandez. This is a critical slot because if Fernandez goes to victory lane, she's going to eat that points lead up by Brittany White, who finished really bad, and Timmy Turner alongside. Here's the rest of the lineup. Ebonia Mirmo is having a good quiet run. There's Megan Jones, another start for her. Leslie Gordon. Leslie Gordon will be in that ride for the rest of the season. Let me make sure I didn't derp on the drivers in the race. Give me 1 second. As I just took a puzzle piece off the deal for no reason. Yeah, okay, we're good. Wow, only one yellow. Okay. I thought I derped. Give me 1 second. Greta Wagner making her first start of the season. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I had a couple of puzzle pieces stuck to my elbow. Whitney Wolf, former winner of the season. Same with Kelly Moore. Annie Thomas, who ran the Master Cup race before this one. Betty Barron, another driver who, like Jacob Tutu, goes to victory lane, could put her in the conversation of trying to make the playoffs. There's Brenda Eveling. Courtney Lynn. Bouvier, third in points, didn't have a good qualifying. Really critical for these drivers to have a good result. Once they get the command, the lights will come on, and when they go out, we're going to go green flag racing. And the revs are rising. Last race of the day here at Golden State. Waiting for the green flag to drop. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it's a great start from everybody. Jackson got off the line really good. And Jackson's going to lead away in the turn number 1. Here comes Timmy Turner in the 65. He's going to take the lead. Boy, Timmy Turner needs a victory. If he wins today, let's see where Turner's at in points. The tipster. 593. 93rd in points. Needs a good run, like Jacob Tutu. Contact between the 22 and the 78. Remember, Fernandez is second in points. Make sure there's no incidents. Melissa Cooper's dropped back. Looks like she went off the course. But we're still green flag racing. Here comes London Jackson. She's underneath the Reese's Buick. She will take the lead back. Here comes Ekstrom trying to battle for second on Turner. No incidents so far. This is a good battle for second here in the early going. London Jackson has taken the lead. Timmy Turner just spun Ekstrom. Turner just spun Ekstrom. Oh, no, not Lauren Ekstrom. Oh, Ekstrom's out of contention right out of the bat. I don't know what that was really all about. That is not going to sit well with Cody Smart, who will run Timmy Turner over with a train. Look out. Fernandez nearly got in the 65. And Turner's going backwards in a hurry as London Jackson led the first lap. '24 got a little squirrely. Let's take a quick look at the replay here of the 73. That did not, however, bring out a yellow. As I just went, yep. Turner just went wide and just spun the 73 out. A little bit of damage there. Oh, Turner's off. That's payback. Fernandez, second in points, is off. Rebecca Hawkins, what happened? That's good news for Brittany White. What has happened? Oh boy, here it is. Oh, did they try to go 4 wide? Yep. They tried 4 wide. That was a death sentence and a half. And Rebecca Hawkins, well, committed male abuse. But karmic retribution comes back. Hard hit for Timmy Turner. Boy, that's really going to shake things up. But where is third in points? That would be Bouvier. She's not running well. Oh, boy. Well, Brittany White better be thanking her lucky stars after that one. That was not what Fernandez wanted, especially when she's trying to run down Brittany White for the points lead. Oh, Strawberry Lawson's off. Right in front of Brianna Knight. This is going to be a big one. Yep, 70 got collected. This is a big one. No doubt the yellow is out. Brianna Knight was a driver in the top 10 in points. Melissa Cooper, her bad day just got worse. Full course caution. See what happened here as we're going to show you. It looks like London Jackson will lead us back to the line. Let's see what happened. Boy, this race just shook its head. Luke Knight is in a good position to possibly take the points lead. Oh, Levin got part of the tire wall, so did the 61. Whitney Wolf missed it. 15 did not. Oh, 6 car missed it. Oh, Lacey Washington, not so fortunate. And then I don't know what that was really about. And then the 12 just goes into Betty Barrett. Well, that just adds insult to injury for Lauren Ekstrom's team. Courtney Lynn's got a problem. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, dear. Oh, the engine went kaboom. That will end Courtney Lynn's day. Boy, Nathan Orman just not the way his weekend wanted to come to an end. Some drivers that, boy, we're in for a point shakeup. But second in points has had trouble. Brittany White has already had her troubles in the last race. Brianna Knight, this is going to kill her in points. Same with Courtney Lynn. Boy, I told you, adding this new track to the schedule just really wreaked havoc on the points. Out of the race after that, and a lot of drivers, and Melissa Cooper's been asked to see the officials for not slowing down for an incident. Out of the race Melissa Cooper's been asked to see the officials after the race. Courtney Lynn blew a camshaft, 61's out. 11 is out of the race, 15 out, 70 and 65. So Timmy Turner, karmic retribution, came back to bite him in the ass, which Cody's probably laughing right about now. Which, on one side, Cody's happy Turner got karmic retribution. On the other, he's probably not going to be happy with the 12 car not slowing down for a wreck. But second in points. There's second in points. Valentina Fernandez, she is going to take a hit in the points. Where is third in points? 28th. think Mike Chilton's going to close the points lead down, close the gap down to Brittany White. Boy. And now BMW's only hope is that Ebonia Mirmoez goes to victory lane. And she has taken the second spot from Ashley Reynolds in the 14. We talked about Jacob Tutu's been the victory lane this season. Well, Ebonia Mirmoez trying to get 2 wins in a row. 2 wins out of the weekend for BMW. And now she's on the hunt to chase down the 26. Brenda Evelyn's got a hood buckle on her number 88. I don't know where she got that from. Probably from a stack up we didn't see. London Jackson driving the 26, replacing Daniel Voiles in that ride. If she goes to victory lane, London Jackson could have a conversation of putting her name in the list of drivers with a win and possibly into the playoffs. She's actually tied with her teammate Annie Thomas for 57th, so a win for her, and she would be possibly in the conversation of making the playoffs. Of course, remember Lulu Champagne not running the full schedule. Oh, Alina Saiton is around. No yellow. And she is up in smoke. Oh, she got turned by Sandy Watson. Hard in the wall goes the 82. The 82 is slowly limping away. Oh, this could be... Okay, never mind. I was about to get ready to say, oh, this is going to be a problem.
Go to Raising Cane's. What you gonna do, Andre?
London Jackson currently the leader. When we pass the halfway point in this event, is we're going to have 7 to go. Or actually, let me rephrase that. We are at 7 to go. But we'll be past the halfway point in this 15-lapper, the final race of the day. Your excuse, nice motivational belch. As I put that all in one sentence, Megan Jones right here in third. Megan Jones does not know what she's doing for next season. Possibly could go down to the Buffalo Wild Wings Series to drive for Nathan Orman Motorsports. That's currently rumors that's been going on. Of course, she would still be part of World NOS Racing if she does move down the Buffalo Wild Wings, which she was supposed to. London Jackson, the rookie who finished in the top 5 in the point standings, landed her a ride with World NOS Racing. Ebonia Mirmoez trying to make it back-to-back seasons of making the playoffs for this team. Trying to get BMW their second win of the weekend and second win of the season, and Eboni's first win. Of course, Ebony drove a Chevrolet and made the playoffs, was eliminated in one of the rounds. I don't know which round it was. Of course, Betty Barrett, I believe, was the highest. Yeah, Betty Barrett was actually the highest of the BMWs entering today. Entering this race here today. Got some skid marks back here. Violet Jackson. Violet got involved. Did third in points get involved? Oh, whoa. Dylan Cunningham. Oh, Luke K. Oh, Ben Erickson, last week's winner, was involved. I didn't see this. Heads, hold up. Hold up. I want to see this first of all. So apparently Luke Cage got in the back of Dylan Cunningham. Cunningham returns the favor. Took both cars into the wall. So that was karmic retribution. hard impact. And then what happens to the 083? Oh, Ben Erickson tried to avoid, didn't realize his teammate was there. That was a mistake. Ben Erickson coming off his win last week. Violet Jackson's day is done. That's not going to be... I bet Ben Erickson didn't mean to do that. I think he was trying to avoid the wreck and didn't mean to take out Violet Jackson. Technically, that would be female abuse, but because Ben Erickson was avoiding a wreck... And sadly, Violet Jackson out of the race and will have to go to the care center. Same with the 82 car. And the officials will have a look at the incident between the 33 and the 7, what precipitated that, because that's a tough break for those drivers that were involved. I doubt Luke Cage is going to be happy with Dylan Cunningham. Dylan Cunningham's not going to be happy with Luke Cage. That is allowing, however, Valentina Fernandez more spots. Because with drivers dropping out of the race like flies, it's going to keep allowing those two to gain positions. Dylan Cunningham has to go to the infield care center because he drove us, even though he drove it back to the garage, he still has to go to the care center. Of course, Ben Erickson went to victory lane last week, trying to get another victory. Be World NOS Racing's 6th win of the season. We're only on race 8, and they already have 6 wins combined. 3 with Brittany White, or let me rephrase that. 3 with Brittany White, 1 with Ben Erickson last week. Actually, correction, 5th win of the season, not 6. I don't know why I said 6. There's Luke Cage. Ben Erickson came on the radio and told Violet he didn't mean to wreck her. White Beanstalk not having a good day. Betty Barrett ditto for her. I doubt Ekstrom's going to be happy with with Timmy Turner after today. And Timmy Turner has been asked to see the officials in the big black and green truck, so that's add insult to injury for Turner.
Oh, man. You didn't get lunch till like 2:30, 3 o'clock.
On Saturday? Oh, man.
You got Taco Bell.
Oh. Do you have Taco on Saturday?
No Taco Bell.
Taco Bell on Saturday?
No, he went to Taco Bell Saturday, Andre.
Friday we went to Del Taco.
Oh, Friday?
Yeah, you're getting Friday and Saturday mixed up with the word taco, and now you're making me hungry and making the viewers hungry. Good job, you guys. You just made the viewers hungry over a stupid taco. What else is new? Shaking my head. I'm sorry, y'all. I love how you guys get Friday and Saturday confused with the word taco in the sentence. GG, guys. Even though I didn't eat it.
Who didn't eat it?
He doesn't like Taco Bell.
Oh. Well, rest of y'all-
I would have went to Whataburger instead, but oh well.
Yeah, and then Saturday night for dinner we got All American.
Oh, American pizza.
Oh boy.
He's like, y'all okay in here? We're like, yeah. He's like, y'all want to sleep? Andre said, I'm not, but Steve is.
London Jackson trying to get herself into the playoffs. Boy, this is going to shake up the playoff standings for certain. Because we could be right near that window of 16 drivers locking themselves a spot into the playoffs. And for London Jackson, she could possibly make it 2 racing series in a row of making the playoffs. Of course, she made the playoffs in the Buffalo Wild Wings series last season. Made it in the Final Four to compete for the championship in that series, which got her a spot into the month. Actually, no, she was eliminated in the round of 8. But she got up into this series due to the fact some drivers ahead of her were Foster drivers that made it in the Final Four for the championship. So there you go. Or had rides in this series. Now she's trying to get to victory lane for the first time in her Monster Energy Series career. All the drivers involved have been released from the care center. Timmy Turner is already on his way to the big black and green truck after this, along with Melissa Cooper. Dylan Cunningham, Violet Jackson also have been released from the care center. And surprisingly, that did not bring out a caution, which is good for the 26, because she and Ebonia Mirmoes can settle this out for the win, because there's not going to be any traffic to get in the way of those two. In fact, we've not had any issues with lap traffic this whole race weekend, to my surprise. Normally on road courses, when you have a damaged car, lap traffic could get in the way. Surprisingly, we have not had that happen all weekend, to my surprise, and the officials were surprised too.
Andre had some pepperoni and cheese. Yeah, yesterday for breakfast we had scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and potatoes.
At the motel.
And waffles.
And waffles.
Yeah, I didn't have any waffles. I had toast.
Oh, he had waffles.
Yeah, and then
Well, no, I didn't have waffles, but there were waffles there, so. The Maxium Toyota out of World NOS Racing versus the Midnight Great BMW out of Australian Motorsports. It's Lauren's team versus World NOS Racing. One a veteran, one a rookie. Boy, who would have thought that would be possible? And where did Ish Taylor and the two come from? A driver who we thought could go to victory lane. But Ish Taylor has had anything but a stellar season. Ish Taylor, 82nd in points, a driver who's made every race this season. 2 to go.
And the soda. The Coke and the Dr. Pepper.
Boy, what a race this is going to become, and what will the points be like? I know for certain Brittany White will more than likely keep the points lead, but Mike Chilton's probably gained some points on the 45 team. Bouvier is 20th. She was 3rd in points entering this race. Where's Luke Knight running? Where did Luke Knight go? 17th. Coming up to the white flag lap, meaning one more time around. If the caution comes out before the leader takes the white flag, that will end the race under the yellow. And like I said, for the second week in a row, a driver that's not running the full schedule won. Last week it was William Brock. This week it was Prudence Littlejohn. Jacob Tutu went to victory lane in race 2. Holly Wilkins went to victory lane in the last race. London Jackson trying to go to victory lane here in this one to give the female drivers 3 out of 4 wins. The only non-female driver that won today was Jacob Tutu. White flag, one more time around Golden State Motorsports Park. London Jackson trying to go to victory lane in what would be her, let me look here. In her 8th career start. London Jackson has not had a top 5 or a top 10 this season. That is exactly what the doctor ordered.
No, he took the right. He dropped his truck at the gas station. At the hotel, and we had to go pick him up.
Who was waiting on you and?
Me and Steve, 'cause Steve was driving the van.
Oh, that white one out there?
No, not that white van. Our van.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, and then,
Last chance for Ebonia Mirmoes to try to get a victory.
no, we didn't go.
This is still a good result for Ebonia Mirwes.
You went to the workshop with us and we just hung out and watched movies up there.
Oh,
We watched Top Gun.
75th in points for Ebonia Mirwes. This is still going to be a good points day. Looks like she's got no pressure.
oh, at the workshop.
Coming off the penultimate corner for the first time in her Monster Energy Series career. As she rounds the final corner, London Jackson. First career win in the Monster Energy Series. And she will take the last race at Golden State Motorsports Park. And the question is, did London Jackson lock herself into her very first career Monster Energy Series chase for the championship? And for the second week in a row, World Knots Racing goes to victory lane.
Oh, the motel breakfast.
Yeah, I went and got breakfast first before I did.
Oh,
Making sure everybody crosses the line. We're still waiting for Luke Cage to cross the line. But London Jackson held off Ebonia Mirwes, who will have to settle for second, but a great result nevertheless for her. Whitney Wolf, well-needed run for her. She was ninth in the points, so she might have a conversation of possibly closing the points gap on Brittany White after today. Ish Taylor fourth, Ashley Reynolds fifth. Good run for Megan Jones in sixth, Alita Perez seventh. Annabelle Griffin, nice run from her in eighth. That's the standings are official. Kelly Moore, well-needed run from her in ninth, as she will definitely be thrilled with that. This could possibly put her back. So let's see where did Kelly Moore come into this race as I look. 6:30. She was tied for 68th or 69th in the points. This might have put her back in the tops. Get her closer to 50th in the standings, and Quentin Honeysett completes the top 10. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results here, Luke Cage was the last car to finish on the lead lap. Valentina Fernandez will take a hit as she'll drop through the points table. 31st, Rebecca Hawkins, 32nd. 10 drivers finished out of the race. They were Dylan Cunningham, Violet Jackson, Aileen Seiton, Melissa Cooper, who's been asked to see the officials, along with Timmy Turner. Courtney Lynn, Leslie Gordon, Strawberry Lawson, Brianna Knight, and Lacey Washington. Of course, Timmy Turner out of the race and asked to see the officials right now. But that is going to do it here at Golden State Motorsports Park. Congratulations to the following. Prudence Littlejohn, the part-time race. Division 1 won by Jacob Tutu. Division 2 won by Holly Wilkins and London Jackson. Anyway, winning the main event race. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've already shown you your full finish results. You'll see your point standings heading into next week's race. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the PCSRA Sports Event channel, the best in racing since 2017. So long from Golden State, everybody.